Super easy miso ramen broth with porky buttered corn topping. This is one ramen noodle bowl you need to know how to make. Okay, so traditional ramen broth, it's going to take a very long time. We are going to make a very quick shortcut version that you might want to make for a midweek meal or something where you want the ramen but you can't afford to wait. Okay, so we're going to start off with a miso tare, and this is like a flavoring or a seasoning that we're going to put into our chicken stock a little bit later. I want to start off with a little bit of mirin. So that's a sweet Japanese cooking wine. I'm going to add some ginger and some garlic. Now when I can see that mirin bubbling away, I'm going to pull it off the heat, and now I'm going to dissolve in there my miso paste. So this guy can be a little tricky to dissolve. It kind of wants to clump up. So I find the easiest way is to put it into a ladle, a little bit of that hot liquid, and just move it around and dissolve it in the ladle, tipping it out into the sauce as you go. Okay, so this is going to season our broth a little bit later on. Before we get to that part, I'm going to make all the toppings that we need. So the first one I want to make is a pork topping. So just want a little bit of oil. I'm going to add in some garlic. And then some pork mince. Now just spread that pork out and stir fry it until it's almost cooked. Now you want to add in some soy sauce, and I just like to let that simmer away until that soy sauce has been soaked up by all the pork and everything is like all salty and porky and there's not much liquid left in the pan. Okay, so you can see that most of that liquid is gone now. And trust me, that pork is really beautifully savory and salty, yum. So I'm just going to transfer that into a bowl. And I'm going to cook my corn in the same pan because, you know, it's the weeknight and I want to get things done quickly without too much washing up. So the next thing on our agenda is some buttery sweet corn. And for that, we need to start off with some butter, obviously. And some corn. I'm just using frozen corn kernels because I've always got them in the freezer. And cooking the corn in the same pan means it kind of picks up some of that porky juiciness from before. And you want a little bit of salt on there as well. Now just when that corn is heated through and all nice and buttery, then we can just take it off for later. So now we're ready to cook our noodles. All right, only one way to check out if these are ready. Just perfect. Now you just want to wrangle your noodles out of there. Straight into a large bowl. And now we just want to finish off the broth. So I've got some warm chicken stock here. I'm just using a packet one because, you know, we're taking shortcuts this time around. If you've got a homemade one, obviously use that. I'm going to pour in that miso mixture we made earlier. And let's just try this and see if we need any extra seasoning here. That is definitely a great way to doctor up a store-bought stock. That miso hides all manner of sins. We've got that beautiful ginger and garlic coming through and a little bit of sweetness from that mirin. Just great. So a generous helping of this over our noodles. And now we load this guy up with all our toppings. So some of that pork. And the sweet buttery corn. Some shredded cabbage just because I like the extra freshness and the crunch. And then I've got some very special soy sauce marinated eggs here. If you want to know how to make these guys, I've got a video on my YouTube channel on how to cook the perfect soy sauce or ramen egg. And just a little sprinkle of sesame seeds on top of that pork. So there you go guys, a little cheats version of some buttered corn and pork ramen noodle soup. Of course, I'll test it out for you guys because, you know, got to make sure you're getting the goods. The butter and the corn and the pork, that is a killer combination. Yum. Salty pork kind of like permeates everything on the butter too. So glad that ramen bowls seem to be so big. Never have a problem polishing off one of these. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.